Yeah, hi there. In this tutorial, I'm going to start with the Seaborn Python library. So Seaborn, it's a visualization library in Python. This actually library is based on another visualization library, which is Matplotlib. So, so basically, Seaborn provides a very user-friendly interface to do the plotting compared to Matplotlib. So it actually sits on top of Matplotlib. So to start with, I'm first importing the libraries matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, Seaborn as SNS, NumPy as NP, and Pandas as PD. So these are all the standard way to import the library. Next, I'm just setting the saying sns.set, which actually applies the default setting of Seaborn theme scaling color palette. Next, I'm reading the data from an Excel file, sachin.xlx. This data actually contains centuries scored by Sachin in his career, both including one days as well as test matches. So I'm displaying the first three records. So these are the first three records. If you see, uh, date actually is coming as a string data, and score is also coming as string data because the score has asterisk, and uh, this is not in the datetime format. So what I need to do first is need to convert the data into appropriate type. So first thing I'm doing is I'm converting this date column of this Sachin data frame into datetime format. So what I'm doing is pd.to underscore datetime Sachin.date. So it will convert this particular column into a datetime format and storing it back in the column. Next is format. So there are two type of formats. One is test match, other is one days. So instead of storing this column as a string, I'm converting it into category. So the way to do is Sachin, and the column name is format dot as type and converting it into category and storing the result back into the same column. Next is I'm creating a new column called as not out. So if you see in the score, there are certain scores in which asterisk is present, indicating that he was not out in that particular innings. So I want to have another column called as not out, and if he was not out in that innings, I want that column to say true, otherwise to say false. So the way I'm doing is I'm just saying Sachin's score dot string dot ends with. So if the score ends with the asterisk, whether it is uh, whether that particular score was not out or not, then accordingly I'm converting it into boolean, which is true or false, and storing the result back in Sachin's not out column, which is a new column that I'm generating. Now next is I have to replace only those scores wherever asterisk is present. uh, I just have to remove that asterisk. So I have to find out first the indexes where asterisk is present in the score. So all those indexes are actually the index where he was not out. That is not out is true, the column that we just created. So I'm saying if not out is true, then find out that index and store it in a not out underscore index. And then I'm just simply replace. So wherever and using this particular index, I am using .ilog method. Sachin.ilog. Sachin is the data frame here, and using ilog method because I've got indexes. I'm specifying that index not out underscore index, and I'm taking the first column, which is a score, and replace wherever asterisk is present by nothing, which is empty string, and regex is false because asterisk should not be treated as a regex, and I'm storing the result back in that first column that is indicated by index 0. So now all the asterisks are removed. However, the data column score is still in the string format. So what I have to do is I have to convert it into the integer format. So I'm doing it Sachin and the name of the column and as type integer. So it will convert it into integer and store the results back in the same column. Another thing I'm doing is I'm creating one more column as year. Uh, so using the date, I'm using date column to extract that particular year. So using Sachin's date dot dt dot year, it will extract the year part of year part from that particular date column and store it into a new variable called as year. Now, if I check all the data types of the data frame Sachin, so score, which is now integer, against is an object, which represents the name of the country. Format is categorical, and ground is again string. Date is in the datetime format. not out is in the form of boolean, year is in the form of integers. And these are the first five rows of the data frame. So now our data is in the correct format. So just check whether if any null or empty value is there in any of the columns. I'm using sachin.isna.sum. So all columns have zero nulls, so there is no null data. Now our data is ready to be visualized. So to start with, in Seaborn we have basically two types of functions. One is the figure level function, and other is the axis level function. So the basic difference between the figure level and axis level function is that in the figure level functions, they are based on the multiple axes, and internally they call these axis level functions only. And figure level functions, we can using the one function, we can specify different types of charts by specifying the kind, like what kind of a plot I want to plot, whether it's a bar plot or scatter plot. Whereas the axis level functions are the one in which we directly specify, okay, this type of plot I want to plot. So we have to specify like scatter plot or bar plot. So there is no kind as such thing. So let's go through the example. So first I want to plot a scatter plot. So in the scatter plot, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plot year on the x-axis and score made by Sachin on the y-axis using the data Sachin. And I'm saying sns.rel plot. Now by default it creates a scatter plot, because if you see, we are not specifying anywhere here in this function that to make a scatter plot, because this is the default behavior of rel plot, which is actually a figure level function. So this creates a scatter plot. So year is on the x-axis and score on the y-axis, and the scores he made in that particular year we can see here in the graph. Now if I want to color these dots based on the format, whether that particular century was scored in a test match or in a one days match, then we can use another parameter, which is hue, and specify hue equals to format. So this actually now colors these dots based on based on whether the century was scored in a test match or in a one days match. So again, the syntax is same, sns.rel plot, and x-axis is the year, y-axis is score, hue is format, data is from the Sachin data frame, and I'm just plotting it out. So in this way, I can compare, okay, whether he scored more centuries in a given year in a test match or in a one days matches. Another dimension that we can add in the same plot is we can add the size. So basically, if we scored a bigger century, I want dot to appear in a bigger size compared to a century in which he just scored a century with, you know, just closer to 100 or 110. So basically, the size of the dot should be governed by the actual score he made. So we have to add just one more parameter. Rest are the same. Like x is year, y is score, hue is format. Hue is basically the color. Now size is the size of this dot is governed by score. So if you see wherever he scored a bigger century, like 200 plus, like 200 is this much this much size of circle, 250 or near to 250 is this much of size of circle. So the bigger circle means the bigger score he made. Now, if I want to create segregate the plots based on the format, so I can add one extra parameter called as column. So let's say I want to separate the plot on the into a columnar format based on some specific field. Then I can specify that using call parameter. So rest of the things are same: sns dot rel plot, and specifying the x-axis, y-axis, and the column is format. So if you see, based on the format of the value, whether it's one day or the test matches, I'm getting different plots. This way, it actually provides a comparison between the centuries he scored in one days and test matches throughout his career. If you see in the test matches, he scored really big centuries, and most of the centuries his were actually pretty high. That is more than a lot of 150 plus centuries in test matches compared to one day. Now another plot is the line plot. The above plots that we saw are the scatter plots in which we are basically finding the relationship between two variables using dots, and we are controlling different things of a dot like the size of a dot and the color of the dot. In this way, we are adding more dimensions and trying to establish the relationship. Now another plot is the line plot. So line plot is basically it's like uh, connecting the dots and forming a line. Rest of the things are same. So SNS dot REL plot, which is basically a relational plot to find out the relationship between two variables. So again, x-axis is year, y is score. Now column is format, so it means I want charts to be created based on the number of the formats. That is, since it has two formats, it will create two charts. Now the difference is now I'm saying kind equals to line. So we are specifying that I want a line plot. So by using kind parameter. Marker is O, it means I want markers also. So it means not only line, I also want the markers. I want to see the dots also, which dots were actually joined to form the line. And then the data is coming from such a data frame. So this way we can see, okay, how uh, periodically over the years his his scores actually moved. Now next is the regression plot. So basically there is a linear regression method. So we can use SNS dot LM plot, which basically plots. It actually creates a scatter plot, and then also it produces two lines which are kind of a linear regression lines, indicating the kind of a trend. So if I see in test matches, he was pretty much stable, whereas in one day his trend of his scoring, the scores increased over the period of year from 1995 to 2010. Okay, next is the categorical plot. So this is another figure level plot. The first one we saw SNS.rel plot. Now this is the second one, SNS.cat plot. So this is basically used with some categorical data to do the plotting. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm saying SNS.cat plot. On the x-axis is the format and y-axis is the score. So for different formats, that is one dayers and test matches, I'm just plotting his score. So if I see uh, how his actually centuries vary in a test matches career or versus the one day's career. Uh, Now what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a smaller data frame. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm just taking the data for such a century against some specific countries like Australia, England, South Africa, and Pakistan. So if he so take only those rows in which he placed against these countries and store it in another data frame called as DF. Now using this DF, I'm doing a categorical plot. So what I'm doing here is on the x-axis, I'm specifying the against, that is the country name, and y-axis is the score, and the data is the data frame. So against different countries, like against, so since I'm selecting 5 countries here only in a smaller data frame DF, so it will display the country name and the number of century plus scores he made against those countries. So if you see against Australia, he was absolutely stunning, and his score clearly suggests that. So equally he was good against England and South Africa and Pakistan. So if you see all these countries which had great bowling lineup, he was very good against all of these countries and very consistent too. Now another plot that we can do is a bar plot. So in Seaborn, the bar plot is represents the average data, and it also displays the standard deviation or the standard error you can call. So the way to create is sns.cat plot. On the x-axis the I'm specifying against, on the y-axis is the score, and kind is a bar, so I'm specifying to create a bar plot, and I'm saying column equals to format. It means I want two charts, one for each value of the format. So it will create one chart for the one ODIs, and the chart is for the test matches, and his average 100 plus score in each of these countries is plotted in the form of a bar plot, and this is the variation, that is the standard deviation for against each of the country. So the same data, what is represented in the graph, we can actually do it by using df.group by and using the columns against which we want to do the grouping against and format. And for the score, I'm just calculating np.mean and standard deviation. This is the same data that is represented in the graph is presented in the form of a table here. Now another very good plot is a box plot. So it actually allows to create the 25th, 50th, 75th percentile, and also we can see the outliers with the help of a box plot. So the way to create is sns.boxplots. So this is an axis level method I'm using here is sns.boxplot, and on the x-axis I want the name of the country against, and on the y-axis I want the scores. So, and this is the data which is coming from data frame df. So if you see, it will display the distribution of data against each of these countries. This middle line is the median. So if you see, his median score against Australia was pretty high compared to England, South Africa, and Pakistan, and some outliers in against Australia. It means he really made some big scores against Australia. One really big score against Pakistan also. And these are the whiskers, which are representing the maximum and the minimum. Now we can add one more parameter to it, which is hue. So if I say hue equals to format and rest of the things are same, it will just create a box plot against each country, two box plot against each country, one for the ODIs and other for the test matches. So if you see, his median score in test matches was higher against England, against Australia, as well as against Pakistan, but against South Africa, he was better in ODIs compared to test matches. Now, there is another way to represent the color of the dots by using a color map. So, let's say I want to use colors from a specific palette. So, what do I have to say is sns dot cube helix underscore palette, and I'm specifying the intensity of the color. Dark is dot 1, light is dot 8, and as cmap equals to true, so it will return a color map. Now, in the plot, I'm saying sns dot scatter plot. On the x-axis is the year, on the y-axis is the score. Now hue is actually the score. Okay, the color should be based on the score. Size should of dots should be also based on the score. Now what color should come is defined by this palette parameter. So I'm saying palette equals to cmap, and cmap is something that we have already defined here, and data is data frame. So if you see, it is of lesser intensity, and these are the darker color. So the darker color means he made higher score, and since size also is based on the score, so the 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 darker the circle and the bigger the circle, it means the higher the score he has made in that particular innings. Next is the histogram. In the histogram, we basically it's a distribution of data. It's kind of a frequency plot. So let's say if I'm doing creating histogram on the score, and I'm saying KD is false and rug equals to true. So what you see here, these dashes, these are rugs. KD is false, so it is not showing you any sort of distribution. Otherwise, it would have shown you the distribution also. So if you see his in the histogram, there were 30 plus occasions where he scored between 100 and 110, and 20 around 22 around occasions where he scored between 110 and 120. So in this way, we can get an idea, like whenever he scored a century, how bigger this century he actually made. Uh, if you see, there were around 5 plus instances when he scored really big century. That is when he scored more than 180 or more than 180 plus. Another way to create a multi-grid prod in a Seaborn is by using the sns.facet grid. So the way it works is we say sns.facet grid. We specify the data coming from which data frame, and if we want charts to be distributed based on a specific column, we specify that column, and we we capture this output in a variable g. So basically g is an object, and I'm saying g dot map. So what map to plot is a histogram, and histogram should be plotted on this particular field score. So it will plot two histograms, one because I've specified column as format, so one for the ODI, another for the test, and the histogram is plotted. So you can compare his centuries, the frequency of his centuries, That is how big he scored the centuries, and in ODI versus Test matches. For example, in ODIs, there were six occasions when he scored between 100 and 110. Um, in Test matches, around eight times he scored between 100 and 110. So this gives a sort of a comparison between the centuries he scored in two different formats. So that's it for now in this tutorial. Thank you.